Hello everyone, welcome to Java Macha. Right, today we are going to start our course. So we will begin with a basic introduction of Java. So what is Java, where we are going to use Java, and why we will use Java, and how can we use Java, basic structure. So these and all we are going to learn in our video. Right, so what are we waiting for? So let's start our show, right? We are going to start learning by knowing a concept called Java. So first of all, we have to know what do you mean by Java. So Java is a high level programming language. What do you mean by Java? Java is a high level programming language. So what do you mean by this high level programming language? A big thing is there, huh? Right. So what do you mean by this? So to understand this, first let us understand with a small example. Right. So first suppose I need to communicate with you guys. Like there is one fellow is there, which is a handsome guy, and there is one more fellow who is a handsome girl. Right. So his name is something called Tinku, and her name is something called Pinky. So Tinku knows a language called English language, and Pinky also knows a language called English language. So generally language is used for communicate to each other. So one fine day what happened? So Tinku tries to propose to Pinky. Right. So how he is going to propose? So he will write one letter, or everything he is going to think first. Once everything done, so he is going to call her, and later he is going to propose her. Is she going to understand? Yes, of course she is going to understand. How? Because she also knows English, he also knows English. So the proposal acceptance is her wish. So we don't know about that, what is in her mind, right? So that's why. So he can propose, so he can communicate with her. Maybe she is not accepting, so they can be friends, and later they can be future couples. Who don't know that, right? So okay, they are communicating through the English language here. So now I need to communicate with one person. Okay, who is that person? The person I'll take it as a system. Of course, system is not a person. So let us consider like that, right? So I need to communicate with a system. Like Tinku is there, right? So Tinku is trying to become an IT professor. So he tries to communicate between the system. So he knows the language called English language. So we already know that Tinku only knows English language. Right. What is the system known language? System only knows the language called zeros and ones. So something called binary language. System will always understood the binary languages only. Right. So now Tinku will tell that, hey system, so I need to go give the result for 2 plus 2. So if he asks to system, system can't give the answer. Why? Because system can't understand the language here. So what Tinku has to do? First Tinku has to learn the binary language. But binary language means completely with zeros and ones. So we need to convert 2 to 0 and 1, 2 to 0 and 1, so plus 2 0 and 1. So it's a bit complicated, guys. So we can't communicate. Right. So for that only we are having high level programming language. So what is this high level programming language means? The language which can be understandable both by the users as well as system. That is called high level programming language. Okay. So what, Karthik? You said that Tinku knows English, system knows zeros and ones. Then how high level programming language means both can be understandable? Yes. High level programming language is like our normal English language only, but with some structure will be there that we need to learn. right? So normal English language we all know, so the user will know. Okay, so but how the system is understanding? System will not understand the language, English language, but so there will be one more program will be there internally, which will convert our English language to the zeros and ones, so that it is very easy to understand and communicate between these two parties. So high level programming language means so the language which can be understandable by the both the parties, that is user and system. So how? So English language can be converted to zeros and ones. Correct. So and then these zeros and ones will be understandable by system. So again when any output is there, so it will give in zeros and ones, again it will be converted to English, so the person can understand very easily. Okay, so I hope you all guys got the clarity on high level programming language. So if you got a clarity, please comment below. Okay, so this is about a small introduction of Java. So next we will learn why we will use Java, or where we will use Java, and how can we use the Java programming language. Okay, Java. So let me give a slide here. Okay, so now what we are going to learn, something called why we need to learn Java, or the same thing you can make it as a what is the features of Java. What are the features of Java, or why we need to learn Java? Both are same thing itself. Right. So first thing, Java is easy to learn. Java is easy to learn. Why it is easy to learn? Because it is using something called syntax. So then what is this syntax and all? So again we'll get a problem. Right, so many of them will tell that Java is a very difficult one, but it's not difficult at all. It's very easy because there is one structure will be there. Okay, that structure if we follow, that is enough. So what do you mean by the syntax here? Syntax is nothing but a structure. Okay, if we understood the structure, that is enough. Okay, we can easily write the programs, anything, whatever we need, we can easily write it. Okay, so it is easy to learn and easy to use, because if you learn the structure, so you can use it anywhere, wherever we want. Alright, so this is what easy to learn. So then what is one more thing, one more reason? So Java is a platform independent. So again here one problem. What do you mean by this platform independent? Right, which is not dependent is nothing but the platform independent. Like this I will not confuse you guys. Okay, so let us take for this also one example. So everything we need to understand means we need to compare it with the real-time examples, right? So let us consider like this. So we are developing one application. So which application? So let us take the application is nothing but BGMI. So very famous application. So I used to play once. So if you are also playing, so please comment below, right? It's okay. BGMI application. So till now we are the users. So let us consider that we build this BGMI application. Okay, PUBG application we build using a language called C programming language. Okay, on a system of Windows application, Windows system. Okay, so Windows system. Okay, what we did? So we build BGMI application on Windows system using a language called C. C is also a high level programming language. So we learned already. If you want to know, please go backward so you can see that high level programming language means. Right. So we build on Windows. Right. So everything is completed, testing, everything is completed. Now we build it on Windows. So if you build this BGMI using a C programming language, then there is a problem. You can only use in the Windows operating system. There are different operating systems are there, right? So we are having something called Mac OS. We are having something called Linux. We are having something called Ubuntu, right? So lot of operating systems are there. Different operating system performs different processings here, right? So when you build application using C language, you can't use it for Mac, you can't use it for Linux, you can't use it for Ubuntu. You can use only for Windows. Okay, this is not a quite good thing, right? So that is why here comes Java. So if you build the same thing not using C, if you build the same thing using Java, right? So you can use in Windows operating system, you can use it in Mac OS, Linux, Ubuntu, any concept, means any operating system you can use it here. Okay, I hope you understood what do you mean by the platform independent. Okay, so Java follows something called Aura concept. Okay, now what is this Aura here? So Aura is nothing but write once and run anywhere. So this is something called Aura concept. Okay, so Java follows this Aura concept. So one place you are going to write, so if you write in Windows, you can run that in Mac, Linux, Ubuntu, anywhere you can run. Okay, this is the concept of Aura. And I hope you understood about the platform independent. So what do you mean by platform independent? You can create application in one system and you can run in multiple systems. So it is not dependent on the platform here. Okay, so this is what platform independent. So what is the another reason to learn Java here? Okay, so where is my cursor here? Okay, so it is an extensible. Again, a new technological word we got. So what do you mean by this extensible here? Extensible is nothing but it's very simple here. Alright, so for this also to understand, we'll get an example here. Alright, I have one application. Okay, so assume there is one application. So I need to build one application. Okay, or any software. Alright, but that software I'm not going to write it only on Java. Okay, I may write it in Python. I may write it on Python. I may write it on C++. Any language I can write. Okay, so if you use Java, it is extensible, means you can extend it with Python and C++ language also. Okay, you can include this code also in this application when you are using Java. This is what extensible here. Okay, so the next one is nothing but robust. So robust means it's a strong language. Strong language. What do you mean by strong? Means it's a powerful application. It is more secured here. Okay, so Java is very secured application here. Okay, so that's why that is one reason we can use something called Java here. Okay, and one more reason is there that you are learning Java here due to it is object oriented programming language. Object oriented programming language. So we understood what is this programming language and all. What is this object oriented programming language here? So we need to learn. So to learn about this, we need to move for few concepts here. So starting itself, I can't make you help in what is object, everything I can't teach you right now. So but we will discuss in future classes. Okay, so what do you mean by object here? Okay, this and all we'll see in later classes. So as of now, object oriented programming language means, so the programming language which is completely based on objects. Okay, so it will helps a lot here for us. Okay, so that is why we are using Java here. And What is the one more use here? Okay, is there any other chances like? So here we are having something called automatic garbage collector. Okay, my mistake. So what we have here? Automatic garbage collector. What is this automatic garbage collector? So first suppose we will use some objects here. So we will see that later. So objects we don't know. So as of now, we'll consider that we are having some data. Okay, so we are having something called data. Some datas are unused data, so not at all useful. Okay, some information are very important. So some data we don't require in our application, we need to remove it. Starting we use, later we are not at all using, so not required for us. At the time we no need to do this process in manual. We no need to do. It's very difficult, right? So Java will take care here. So Java is having something called automatic garbage collector. So it will remove the unnecessary data or abundant data from the memory. Okay, this is what automatic garbage. So I hope you guys got a clarity why we are learning this Java and the features of the Java. So it is easy to learn, it's a platform independent, and it's an extensible language, robust, object-oriented programming, and automatic garbage collector is there, security is there. Okay, so a lot is there. Alright. So due to these reasons, we are learning Java here. So I hope you got it. So please comment below if you got it, or if you have any doubts, you can comment below. So I'll reply for you. Alright, done with this. Next, in which places we are using Java? So what are the places we use Java? Okay, this is required here. If we want to build web applications, okay, so web applications are nothing but the browser applications are there, right? So we are using Instagram, Facebook and all. So these type of applications we can build using Java, and we can build business applications. So the applications which are related to the business, and we can build mobile applications. We can build the mobile application, that is our Android applications and all we are using right in our mobile. So that type of applications we can use. We can build something called desktop applications. Desktop application means in the system and all we will be using, right? So whatever the softwares, downloadable softwares and all, these are desktop applications. Okay, and we are going to use something called scientific applications which are related to the science and also these type of applications we are going to use the Java. Okay, fine. So in which places in the real world, which places they already use Java, so we have to know, right? So the places are nothing but I hope you may listen something called Uber. Okay, so for building Uber application they use Java, and most famous application which we will use regularly, that is our Instagram. Alright, Instagram also we use regularly, correct? So the Instagram is also built using Java itself. And there is one application which we will use for listening songs, that is Spotify. Spotify is also built using Java, and many more applications are built using Java. These are the few applications which we know, right? So these few applications has built using Java, and many of the MNC companies nowadays are required more in Java only. Okay, they require more on Java. Okay, and the startups also, if you see, startups, companies and all, they are building any application, they require more on this Java concepts only, correct? So Java is very important, so we need to learn that. We will learn that. This is the basic part. So once we recall the session, and then we'll wind up the session. Okay. So today we learned something called what is Java. So we understood what is this high level programming language. So high level programming language means communication between two parties, that is user and the system. Right. And we learned about something called why we need to learn this Java. Okay. So everyone is learning Java, so we need to learn why we are learning Java and what are the features of Java and all we learned. Right. So easy to learn, platform independent, extensible, robust, security, ornamental. Okay, so what is right? So we understood about that, and we understood something called what are the places we use Java. Right. So web application, business, mobile, desktop, scientific applications, and which places we have used already the Java, that we understood, and companies prefers Java and all we understood. Right. That's it for today. I'll meet you in the next session. Bye bye.